This month of June, we usually dedicate the month of June to discussing issues concerning men. Okay, the whole month of June, we're going to talking about men. We're going to have time to have a urologist also in the studio. Those sometimes we do over 2 weeks because then you realize that there are lots of issues to be dealt with, and so we're going to be dealing with men's issues. And we decided to start with our teen boys today. Because, of course, they're going to grow into those men that we're looking out for. So, from the teen boys' point of view, we're going to be talking about the man I envision. You know, they're going to talk to us about what they think of themselves when they think about the men they want to become tomorrow. That's the conversation we're going to be having this morning. Becoming the man I envision. So my guest this morning, Fred Nemo, is that the name? Where is Fred? Give me a wave. Hi, Fred. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Great, Fred. And then Kekeli Day, is that the name? Is it Day or Day? Day. And then is it Anmol Daftari?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Aha! So I got it right.
Yes.
Beautiful. And then I have Kwabena Prempe.
Hello.
That's a cool chop, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Great. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Morning, Auntie.
Are you comfortable?
Definitely.
Everybody is comfortable.
Yes.
Great, because we're just going to chat in the studio. It's not like,
Yeah.
we're going to be working out mathematics or, taking a grammar test. No, we're just going to have a conversation. But how are you doing?
We're doing well. Could be better.
I'd like to pick your thoughts on one of the quotes that I shared.
Okay.
Notice said somewhere that if you're a parent and you're approachable and you're open and you're not judgmental, then you get to have a lot of insights from your children, especially from teenagers. Is it true?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's very true.
So when a parent is judgmental, then what happens?
I think it kind of push the child away from the parent. They don't feel comfortable
Wait.
sharing information with the parent, and yeah, I think that because who else do you expect your children to be comfortable with except you, the parents? And if they aren't able to be as comfortable with you as they are with others, then I think there's a problem.
Beautiful. Anybody has some other views?
Yeah. In school there are already so many students, so many teachers, and the child might not be comfortable talking to them personally, and if the parent himself is judgmental, then the child might feel lonely and he might not be able to open up to anyone. But if the parent is not judgmental and is ready to listen to his child, then he'll be more open and probably more emotionally and socially comfortable.
I see. You wanted to say something?
No, a
Calm
similar
down.
point it is.
Same point. Okay. Great. Kekeli, you have any thought to share on that? It's okay. They've spoken your mind. Okay. So we'll go into today's conversation. We're looking at becoming the man I envision. I want to believe that you all sit down and you think about the kind of man you would want to become tomorrow, true or false? Okay. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, yeah? You wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, you have your own moments, you're thinking, what kind of man do you see staring at you? You know, the kind of man you see in the future staring back at you when you look into the mirror. Or you haven't tried that exercise before?
Oh, surely I have.
You all have. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. We're in for a ball. Now, who goes first? What kind of man do you see? Okay, Anmol, take it.
Okay. When I look in the mirror, I see someone who is vocally dominant, not physically dominant, one who is able to judge, one who's able to like not judge other people based on their looks, their choices, their personalities, but rather than who the person is. And I think people's like, let's say, something like a dressing sense or their personalities, they're all shaped by how their upbringing was. And sometimes not all children are fortunate to have supportive parents. So you should be able to understand everyone's situation. So I want to be a man who does not judge others, who tries to understand their point of views, does not belittle any person's point of view or their opinion.
Great. Let me just quickly ask again. What's informing that vision you have of the man you want to become tomorrow? Is it what you have seen in your parents, your teacher? You have a role model? What's informing it?
So my parents, my role model, my dad, my two elder brothers. So in my family, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So when I was born, I was kind of pampered by my two parents and my two brothers. So they always taught me to not judge anyone, understand how they feel, and to be comfortable with people. So yeah, my dad, my two brothers, and my mother, those are my role models.
I see. And so you're sure that if I was talking to your friends, your very, very close friends, they are able to say that, oh, Amol is not judgmental.
Yes.
They can say that confidently of you.
Yes.
And ultimately, that's the kind of man you would want to grow
yes.
to become.
Yes, please.
Great. I don't want to miss the names. This is Kwabna, this is Kekeli.
And Fred.
And Fred. Good. Let me come to you, Fred.
As we were talking about earlier, you were asking the question.
What man you see staring at you?
Yes.
To the mirror.
I see a man who is willing to help, and I want to be able to see potential in people and bring out that potential, because I feel like there have been a lot of people around me who've unearthed something special about me, whereby if I was on my own, I wouldn't have seen such things. And I really want to bring out the potential in people. I want to be helpful, and I know I'm not the best at these things, but I hope to work towards it, and I feel like it's an ultimate goal which isn't too far off. So I really feel like, yeah, in general, just being helpful.
Wow. Kovna, how about you?
Oh, I see someone who can speak aloud his mind. Personally, I'm quite a timid boy. Can't speak what I want to say, can't speak to a lot of people. So in future, I see myself as someone who can stand on a pulpit, a stadium, any sort of stage, and say what I want and inspire someone. I want to be able to stand somewhere and speak and know my words has touched someone's heart. That's basically what I see myself becoming.
Okay, now you bring up something very interesting. What makes you shy? I don't even want to use the word you use. I don't think you're timid, but what makes you shy?
Oh, as a young child, I didn't spend a lot of time going around with my friends. It was only until I got to my earlier ages that I realized the importance of friendship. But when I was younger, I used to read a lot. Every day you'd see me in a book. So people didn't really see me as approachable. But as I grew older, I realized the importance of friends. But I had a little difficulties because I hadn't spent a lot of time conversing with my younger classmates, my older classmates, no one. And my younger sister, well, I didn't spend a lot of time conversing with her either. But she was more social than I was. But following her example, I've been able to make a lot of friends. And now my future aim is to be able to make a lot more friends.
I see. But so do you see yourself working at it? Is it getting better with you?
Oh, I believe so.
Friends?
Yes.
You're able to mingle better?
Yes, I do.
Does it make you happier?
Oh, yes.
It does.
Yes.
Great. Before I come to you, Kekeli, some reports coming in suggest that there is a very heavy traffic on the motorway, so we're pleading with the authorities to get there and help. This is a message from somebody that says that I actually met this accident live. Tipper truck filled with sand overturned with sand on the street, then gold tanker falling right opposite as well. And that's the accident on the motorway this morning. So there's a very heavy traffic on the Accra, the Tema motorway, the Accra bound, lane. So please, we're asking the authorities to get there and help ease the traffic for motorists on that road. Thank you very much. Yes to you, Kekeli.
Yeah. Okay, so my name, Kekeli.
That's my older daughter's name.
Wow. It's a very special name.
It is.
Yeah. It means, what it means is a light that shines in the dark.
Brightness.
Yeah, a bright light. So what I see myself when I look in the mirror, because I have a lot of role models that I look up to, that have...
I think I know one of them. Go on.
Okay. Some of my role models are my dad.
Okay.
He's fantastic. One of the best thing I could ask for. And he's great at whatever he does. He's really good at what he does. So that's the kind of person I see myself becoming. I want to be someone who is great at what they do and someone who can inspire others to also do the same.
Great, interesting. So, I love the men you see yourselves, becoming. But do you see any distractions?
Oh, quite a lot.
Are there distractions?
Yes.
Okay. Kovna, right?
Yes.
What are some of the distractions, and how are you dealing with them?
Well, one is that I like to read in too much. It's a strange flaw. I know not a lot of people
So when
have
you
it.
read to a fault.
Yeah, read
I
to a
see.
fault. So anything I get my hands on, I read. But I realize this is becoming a problem, because at a certain point, once I start reading, I can't communicate with people around me, and it might start affecting my relationships. So I've been working on that to reduce my reading time and increase the amount of time I spend with my family, friends, neighbors, and other people in my life.
So for you, like, reading is a distraction.
Yes.
I see. That must be
It's quite
that must be a
interesting.
very big deal. Yeah.
Quite unusual.
Very, very, very unusual, because then quite often parents are pushing their children, read some more, and you read to a fault. That's interesting. I hope nobody judges you for that.
Oh, no.
Great. Fred, what
Oh.
distractions do you see
With my
on the road to becoming that man that you want to become?
just one word, procrastination.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like I procrastinate so much, I can barely help myself to even help others. So you'd say that's quite a distraction. I'm very fond of procrastinating. I always push things further on. Like, I always have an excuse, especially you could say homework, stuff like that. And I do get it complete. And I'm a kind of person where I'm always on edge. I always like stuff with pressure. I do not like having excess time. So homework, I could do homework in the car ride on my way to school. So, and I think that's quite wrong, because there are some things where you kind of need a lot of time to go through them. And if I always want to be on edge, I don't think I can achieve some of the things I want to achieve in the future.
I see. So what are you doing about it? Seeing us is not very helpful.
I would not lie. I've not found anything to help with that. Like, I still procrastinate a lot.
Even though you know it's a challenge.
Yeah, I know. I think the first step in getting rid of it is by identifying it, and that's fortunate for me. I've been able to identify that I procrastinate a lot, but at the moment, I've not really found any solution towards trying to stop procrastination.
Do you think you would need any support in doing that? Maybe.
Yeah, you could say come see come ça. Like, I don't need full support. I feel like I also need to push myself
a bit more.
So yeah, and maybe if I have the support from other individuals, or like my mother, my sister, and other people, I think that support will be needed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hope you get it, especially so when you have identified it as a challenge.
Yeah.
So I hope you get that support, so that it really doesn't become like a stumbling block to
Yes.
becoming that man that you so desire to become. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
What
So
distracts you? Is it
Yeah.
the pampering?
no. So, I mean, for my professional progress for my career, there are a lot of distractions. Obviously.
What do you want to become? What career path are you charting already?
So, I am pretty fixed on being a computer scientist, computer engineer.
All right.
This is because I feel that technology, communication, has a lot of potential.
That's what
Right
it is
now,
now.
yes, right now we are here with cameras and microphones and then satellites, and it's all so complicated yet seems so simple.
Mm-hmm.
So for career-wise, I think some distractions, or not distractions, but other aspects of my life. So I really love watching football. That affects me.
Which other teams do you support?
So I support FC Barcelona,
Okay.
which for the past few years has been quite difficult, but we're still sticking with it. So yeah,
That's loyalty.
yeah,
Loyalty indeed.
Yes.
and then for like the emotional part of it, to not judge anyone, to not be to be free and to be open to everyone. I think not distraction, but one difficulty for me would be that although I would not want to judge anyone or like disregard the opinion, they might, like a lot of people would judge others. So if I feel judged by someone, I do get affected by other people's opinions a lot, which I think is very bad. You should not you should try and be better out of it, but not let it affect you.
True.
So yeah, I'm trying to work on that and not let other people affect me, because sometimes, like, if I want to be open but someone else is trying to judge me, my instinct would be to like reciprocate that back to the person, but I don't want to do that and just be myself with the person.
Okay, great. At least I am very happy that you guys identify what the challenges could be, and then you would be working at it. Because Anmol, you know that the only person who can hinder you from becoming whatever it is that you want to become is yourself.
Yes, that's
Yeah?
really true.
Other people's opinions, well, you
They
might
will
want
always
to
be there.
find out
Yeah.
are there one or two things that you could work at, but like you have rightly said, you don't have to let that stop you or hinder you in any way. Yeah?
Yes.
I hope you are able to overcome that. And Kekeli.
Yeah. So actually, I have the same problem that Fred has. I also procrastinate a lot. For the past few weeks, I've found myself, I don't know, waking up around maybe like 3 a.m. because I forgot to do an assignment. I forgot to study for a test that we had. I mean, I know it's a problem, but the reason I still do it is because in the end, I still end up getting the work done. So that's why I haven't actively tried to stop procrastinating.
But what Kekeli is saying is actually quite true.
Because I get the work done in the end. So like if I would wake up at 3 a.m. to do the assignment, I'll do it, I'll submit it, and I'll get good scores. So I wouldn't think it's an active problem, but I know that procrastination isn't going to help me. Yeah.
Maybe for now, because it's just your books. And you think that, oh, I can work it through even if I have just few hours. But when you get to that point and you have a lot on your plate, okay, so you're going to become, we'll get there, you probably would want to become that man who is a husband to somebody, a father to people, you're working, you have lots of other things you're doing. Then at that point, you would know that procrastination wouldn't help much.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now, maybe just because it's one thing, you feel like, oh, let me sleep a bit, let me watch football a bit, let me play a little. 3 o'clock I can do it, and then I could still get. Could be fine now, but if you have a lot on your plate and you keep pushing things forward, then you would realize that okay, time is passing you by, and you have a lot of things to do. So, if you look at it that way, then you might. Today you may not see it as an active problem, but if you look at it in the bigger picture, then you might want to start working quite actively at it. Okay, great. Now, I want to find out. I know the 17, Anmol, you're 17?
Yes, I'm 17.
Okay, and the rest of you are like, what, 15?
Yeah.
Everybody else is 15. Great. But you guys seem to know a lot. You have a lot of insights. I just want to find out, on your own, at your ages, when you set your priority list, I'm sure everybody has, right?
Yeah.
When you prioritize stuff, what comes tops and why? Maybe give me 1, 2, 3. What's on top? What comes next? And then the third one, and then why you have them in that order. Start with you, Kekeli.
Okay, so my top 3 priorities. Number 1, I put God first before everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Then my studies, because I really want to do well in school. I want to please my parents. I want to make them happy. And I get this sort of joy when I see that good report card come in. And then third, actually, when I grow up, I want to make it to the NBA. I want to be an NBA player.
Oh.
Yeah, so basketball is really my number 3 on the list as of right now. Yeah.
So you play basketball, you practice?
Yes, I do.
I see. Interesting. Great. And Kwabna.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, first on my list is the
Kwabna, did we talk about your distractions?
Oh yes, you did.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So first on my list is my studies. Right now, what I'm aiming for is to be able to get top scores in the IG exam, and then.
When is it coming up? Next year?
I'll be writing mine next year. Yes.
Yeah.
May.
Yes. And my second priority is to start working out. Because I enjoy sports a lot, but I've realized that I'm not too fit. So I've been working out so I can play a lot more with Kelly, Fred, and the others. And my third priority is to visit a foreign country once I get older. Because I've been reading a lot about these countries and I really find them intriguing.
Which of them?
My main focus right now is Japan.
Okay.
I find their culture, their artwork, their poems and haikus, their songs quite interesting. So.
Okay, I see. That's very, very interesting. So you'd want to go to Japan.
Yes.
Are you also writing your IGs next year?
Yes.
May thereabout.
Yes.
Okay, I know because I have one in my house.
Okay.
And I think the pressure is, every time you think about it, you go like, okay, this thing is inching close.
Blood
And
pressure.
Yeah, and you can't always be playing. And I know. Yeah, how about you, Fred?
About priorities. Okay. First of all, I think a priority of mine is to
Topmost? Or you haven't put them in that order?
I am putting it in. I'm stretching it out because I'm thinking of what to say. I think my first priority would probably be to create a business plan, which is streamlined to help people to bring money to me because that's my favorite thing. To also go global with my business, and I'm looking into something which is more.
Which business are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking at something that's more something analytical, where we analyze society, the way they act, and probably I derive something from that, something which is quite profitable and is also going to help people in the long run.
I see.
So I think that'd be a first priority of mine. And as the two of them have already said, the Cambridge exam in May. I've been getting some flashbacks and quite stressful,
I know.
But you always have to go with the move. Life is all about perspective, like it's how you see it. Do you understand? And I look at it like, oh, it's just a normal exam. If you learn for it, why
would you have jitters?
Yes. About that. So yeah, I look at that. So the solution for that is all about perspective. And third would probably be to make my mother, my sister, and my aunt proud.
Wow.
So as my grandmother, not to forget that. And I think those people, I actually want to make them proud because they've actively helped me throughout my ages, and I feel like I'm not obliged to pay them back, but I feel like I have to. There's kind of this obligation on me, having to pay them back what they've done for me in return, because not every 14-year-old or 15-year-old has the opportunities that I have today, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Great. Wow. And more.
Yes.
I'm learning so much from you guys this morning, seriously, and I'm so excited. Like, anytime I have conversations with young people, I get very fascinated at the thoughts, and I look back and I'm asking myself, when we were your age, were we actually this vocal? did we have the opportunity to speak up like that. And I'm very excited at the thoughts and perspectives you guys are sharing on the show this morning. And more.
About priorities, I would say if you ask any of my friends or my parents, they would all tell you that I'm not a good planner. I think I'm a very instinctive person. I go with what's happening.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, very spontaneous. So I would say I'm gonna give you two priorities. One is a short-term priority, which, I mean, they are doing the IGs, which I've already done. Now my A levels will be coming next year. Which
so you are still there?
Yes,
somehow.
I'm still here, still in the process. But I'll say my topmost priority for the short term, is to get into a university, which I'm probably gonna start admitting around November, to get into a university where I don't have to burden my parents or don't have to put any financial stress on them to be able to get in with my merit. And my long-term priority, I would say, is just to be financially stable and to be able to support my family or my friends and just be open to them if they need any help. And that's it.
Great. Yes, you wanted to say something, Fred?
Oh, no.
Okay. Let me remind us that this is Home Affairs on Joy 99.7 FM, and we are also live on Joy Prime. And trust me, the perspectives and the insights from these young ones in the studio are mind-blowing. The ages, 17, and the rest are all 15, and these are students from DPS International School. Wow, I am very, I am blown away this morning. I wasn't expecting these deep thoughts and perspectives from these young ones. It means that some way, somehow, we're grooming and growing young people with a lot of, promise for tomorrow. And it's very, very, very exciting to note. Let me remind us that COVID-19 is still here. So wash your hands frequently and carefully with soap and running water. Rewash your hands several times a day, especially after using anything, including your phone and laptops. Also use hand sanitizers when you cannot wash your hands properly. Wash fresh groceries. That's a mouthful. Clean and disinfect surfaces such as countertops, door handles, furniture, toys, laptops, and mobile phones with alcohol-based disinfectants. And Olala Home Affairs is brought to us by Koba Payments App. Koba, our lives simplified. Thank you, Koba, for banking on us. Weekends are for chilling, they say, but with Koba, every minute of your time is like a party. Koba makes life simple. It allows you to transfer funds across all bank accounts or mobile money wallets, top up airtime and data, pay your insurance, your TV, your utility bills, and many more with pleasure anytime, anywhere. In addition, you get a free insurance cover while you make your payments with Koba. I guess this is more than you expected, right? So go ahead and use Koba and enjoy life's little pleasures. Download Koba, Korba, on Play Store or on App Store, or you can access it on WhatsApp 0242426186. Or simply dial *365#. Korba, our lives simplified. And Adansi Travels. How does a stress-free holiday trip to Nairobi and Dubai sound to you this August? What if you could visit these two countries for a price less than one? Well, Adansi Travels is 80 years, and as part of their 8th anniversary, they have discounted their holiday packages to only 8,000 Ghana cedis, including Nairobi and Dubai package. The sweetest part is that you will be entertained in Dubai by the VGMA 2020 Best Art Music Artist in Ghana. We are talking about the rock star Kwame Eugene. Yes, this sounds too good, right? It really does. That's the power of 8 tours with Adansi. 800 people to visit Dubai from 8th August with only 8,000 Ghana cedis. This package covers your flight, your hotel, visa, meals, and tour, plus free COVID-19 health insurance and safety kits to ensure you have your peace of mind on the trip. So you can visit www.adansitravels.com for package details and bookings. You can also call on 059 55 00817 or 055 631 0404 055 631 0404. Adansi Travels, feel life's beauty. One more time, this is Home Affairs on Joy 99.7 FM, and we are also live on Joy Prime. We're also live on all our, social media handles. Go on Facebook. Dennis is engaging our audiences on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. So we're covered everywhere. Our conversation this morning was saying becoming the man I envision, and we're having this conversation from the perspectives, if you like, from the point of view of our teen boys. They are all students of DPS International School. I have with me Kekeli, I have Kwabna, I have Fred, and I have Anmol. Now I want to find out from my friends in the studio this morning. We've talked about a number of things. I want to find out your perspectives. I'm sure you've heard your fathers, your uncles, and all that. And more, I see the look on your face. You're wondering, what's she going to ask us next? Okay. Who talked about keeping fit?
Kwabna.
It's Kwabna. Okay. In our society, right, I'm sure you have heard that a man is supposed to be macho, yeah?
Yes.
Men are really not supposed to show emotions. Men are supposed to be, you're supposed to be hard. You're supposed to be that guy. True or false?
True.
Do you believe that, though?
No.
Oh, so you believe men can cry?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Ah.
There's no gender to who can cry.
I see. And we've had every month for as long as I have been doing Home Affairs, between 8 years now, every June we dedicate it to celebrating men. We focus on men because we know a lot of men don't even focus on themselves. So we try to focus on them. And one of the things you would find out is that most of them don't even pay attention to their health. I want to find out in becoming the men that you want to become, because I personally think that those thoughts and those narratives must change. For you to be that man who is able to lead your home, who is able to guide your own children, grow a business and all that, it's important that you pay attention to your health as well. I want to find out if you guys think about that and if it means anything to you at all.
I think it really does. And with what you were talking about, that men don't cry and men.
Well, that is what society thinks.
Yes.
I'm sure you have heard, right?
Yes, I think there's some truth in it. But not totally, because I mean, if you have a wife, you have a family, and you're going through some crisis, if the wife is crying, if the kids are crying, and you also cry, where is the solution going to come from? Do you understand what I mean? So there's some truth in that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's some truth in that, but I feel like you can also show emotions, but you always have to be the stronger person. And I'm not saying it because you are a man, just because you are someone who needs to always be the stronger person in any circumstance. So this is also to females also out there, because if you cry and they all cry, like, there's no solution out there. And
but it's okay to hide in your room and cry when nobody's watching.
Oh, no.
That one is also not okay.
You can cry sometimes. You can just let it out. Explain to your wife like what is happening.
And it wouldn't make you feel like a weakling?
Oh no.
No.
Unless you're insecure, then you'd feel incompetent.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you just want to cry, just let everything out. You're not having a good time at work. You just want to tell your wife about it. Sure, you can. And when you're talking, what society thinks is a bit like toxic masculinity. Trying to make men always the stronger people, never crying and all. So yes, I think there's some truth in that. You should be strong regardless of your gender.
Okay.
But you should be strong, but you can also cry and let it out sometimes. Okay. Yeah.
How about the issue of health?
Yeah, definitely. Mental health. I think a lot of I think a lot about mental health, and I really, really think everyone should focus on their mental health regardless of their gender, because mental health does not come with a gender, if you get what I mean. And the more you kind of follow what society says, the more you're crushing and saturating your mental health. I think because you keep on putting a lot of things on it, like pressure from all angles. Your grandmother from Kofrija is telling you to give birth. Your wife is telling you to go and bring money. Like,
oh my God.
I really think there's a lot of pressure on men. You get what I mean? And I feel like they need to dedicate a lot of time to focus on their mental health. Because I have visibly seen those things happening, like, oh, your father is calling you, your mother is calling you, your children, school fees, your wife. Like, there's a lot of stress just on one person. So I even believe that I don't believe in household wives, I believe in both parents who work and share responsibilities around the house, because that's a lot on one person. And I really, really, to all men out there who take that responsibility, like, I really respect them, because that's not me. I can't. It's too much.
That would be too much for you.
Definitely.
Before I move on to the others, let me ask you this.
Okay.
In recent times, there has been a lot of issues with battery, women being battered by their wives, some to the point of, killing, dying,
I know.
I want to find out what you think about how women should be treated by their partners, from your own little perspective.
Okay, there's no reason for a woman to be beat up by a man, regardless of their situation. And I feel like what a good man would do would probably just excuse, because you sometimes feel like time heals, some time away would probably heal. And I don't support, and I would never support men beating women, but this is going to favor men. I feel like a lot of stress is on them, and they kind of put that anger out on their wives, and that's wrong. I feel like they should find other coping mechanisms to
dealing with their stress.
Yes, dealing with their stress. And you never get to hear the full story, so you can never make like judgments and support the man or the woman. Do you understand what I mean? You really, unless you're not there, I don't think you should believe what the two parties will say, because
story.
no one is going to contradict themselves. Like, no one is going to put themselves in the point where they are the
ones who are wrong.
Yeah, they are the ones who are wrong. So I feel like that one is a bit of a sticky situation, and I feel like unless you are there, you really need to know the back
I think
story.
You put it right when you talked about the fact that, you have been on a very consistent tangent.
Yes.
That men are stressed, and sometimes out of that stress, you could end up doing things that you ought not do. So it's important, ultimately, that mental health is very well considered.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Good points you make over there. Kekeli.
Yeah. Okay, so with mental health.
Generally, we're talking about men's health, and he chose to focus on mental health.
Okay, so Okay, so I want to say something. About a year ago.
Yeah.
About a year ago.
Yeah.
You know when Kobe Bryant died?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when basketball was all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I kind of took some interest into it. So that's when I decided that I want to play basketball. I decided to start exercising, start getting fit. And my dad, he was already, he already exercised. He goes on runs. So I used to look at him, and I don't know, that's what I wanted to do. So he used to take me on runs with him, and about about that time as well, I would say mentally I wasn't straight. There was something going on mentally with me. So when I started to go on these runs, when I started to exercise, it just overall benefited my overall well-being.
Wow.
I used to feel much better about myself because I used to be quite insecure. So when I started exercising, when I started getting fit, when I would meet some of my old friends and say, "Wow, you've lost weight, you look good," it made me feel much better about myself. Yeah, it did. It did. So I feel like just overall fitness as a whole can really help someone's mental well-being. 'Cause it's worked for me, so I think that it could also.
So
really help
ultimately, men shouldn't put their health issues on the back burner. You
No.
would say that.
Yeah.
They should pay attention to it. If it means exercising,
Yeah, I mean,
doing whatever it is you have
Yeah,
to
if
do.
you're
right?
really going through something, you should really sit down, look at yourself, see what can be improved. Because I mean, sometimes it's on you. Sometimes you wouldn't realize that you're the one who's a problem. Sometimes you might want to blame someone else.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you should really sit down and have that conversation with yourself. What am I doing wrong? What is allowing this thing to happen to me? And I think that it really helps.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for those thoughts over there. Kwabna,
Yes.
we're talking about men's health in general and keeping fit. How important is that? You said you work out a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe men's health is a very paramount role in their ability to lead their family, to do work, and every aspect of their lives. Recently, the other day, I watched a documentary on DW, and they were researching on how food and the person's diet affects their mental well-being, their actions, and how they go about their day. And they realized that the healthier your food is, the more likely you are to be more tolerant to certain situations, better health, your activity will go faster, your neurons work better. And I realized that this relates to my father because he's a very healthy man. I don't remember the last time I saw him eating cake. It's ridiculous. He works out a lot, he eats very healthily. And I realized that whenever he's doing something, he's able to stay focused.
Wow.
You see him hours working on his laptop, checking stocks and other things. And I get impressed by it because he's able to stay so focused. He's never really angry unless something really bad happens.
Wow.
He's able to stay on track. He's able to lead the family really well. So I believe that man's health is one of the key foundations to keeping a healthy family. Once you're healthy,
Wow.
you're a healthy man yourself, your family automatically follows your lead, and that leads to a happier well-being.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Coming from 15-year-olds. Oh my God. And more.
Yeah, so for the physical health, obviously you should always eat healthy. This would help you not only keep your body, but your mind.
Do you
healthy.
agree that it's important?
Yes, it's very important. I would say food and health is probably the most important thing in anyone's life, be it a man or woman, any gender. About emotional health, there's this toxic masculinity that's been created by society, and as we talked about, crying, I think it's just a form of expressing your emotions. It shouldn't be judged upon whether it's of any gender. I think it depends on the person's personality. Some people might like to express their emotions through tears. Some might not. I don't think it should be something related to gender. No one if you're male, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to cry, or you shouldn't cry often. It doesn't really affect your manhood. I think the actual main for me, a true man is one who feels pain, one who feels the pain of his family, his friends, even strangers. One who is not obliged to restrict or to protect everyone, but he always feels the need to intercept when he sees something is wrong.
Beautiful.
For me, that's the definition of a man.
Three things I would want to pick your quick thoughts on before we go. We're running out of time very fast. I hope that Sami and his team, they would be able to give us, about 5 or 10 minutes, but we will try and keep, to time. But here's what it is. If you can join in our conversation. I'm trying very hard to see if I can activate the phone lines. 0302216541. We will see. But for now, your messages on 05511119997. Sorry, number again. We want to read some of the messages you're sending through. So 05511119997. Your quick thoughts on three things. One, on money, on faith, and on your perception and relationship with girls. Your school is a mixed school, right?
Yes.
There are girls in there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that boys should relate to girls? How do boys see girls? And, how do you think that men should actually handle women? So on money quickly, and on faith, and on, your relationship with girls and women, going forward. I'll start with you, Anmo.
So money, I think it has a certain limit. You need it to a certain extent to be able to keep yourself healthy, just for your needs, and to satisfy a certain amount of your wants. It shouldn't be something that you always go for, but it should be in your priorities, not the topmost, but it should be at least your top 5 priorities, because it's one of the most important things to live life and to live a happy life.
Great.
Faith? For faith, if you're talking about God, and
yes.
Yeah. So I think like nowadays there are lots of religions. There are even atheists, and I think faith, it doesn't determine who you are. It's just sometimes faith, sometimes just being part of a religion, it might just help you emotionally. You don't really have to think a lot about it. Right now I'm a Hindu, but I'm in I assume it's a Christian dominated country. So I've never felt left out due to my religion, or I've never felt like I've been out of conversations. So I don't think the religion, or if you don't even believe in any religion, should affect how you are, or it shouldn't really affect you. But sometimes different faiths help you help make the person you are.
Okay.
It helps give you values.
Great.
But it's not something that you should stress about a lot.
Great. And the girls?
Yeah, so I'm 17 years now. And I've not had a single relationship my whole life.
Okay.
Not because I wasn't ever interested, but I think with relationship I've always thought deeply about it. Never gone with instinct. Not because I just see someone and I feel they're attractive, I go and ask them, but I feel is this the right age for me? And I feel there is no right age. You shouldn't be in a relationship at 10 years old, but once you're 15 or even 14, you should, once you feel comfortable yourself, you can indulge in it, but always take care physically. And if your parents are supportive of you and you can open up to them, you should you can talk to them. It's not necessary, but if they're open with you, you can talk to them, your best friends, many people. You should always not keep it the most secretive, but just try and get others' opinions on whether you should get into a relationship. So yeah.
I see. I'll come to you, Kekeli.
Okay.
Money, faith, girls.
Okay. Money. I value money.
Okay.
I quite value money a lot. Yeah.
And the voice with which you say I value money a lot.
Yeah, I do quite value money because it's something my parents have taught me. Sometimes when I get my hands on some money, and immediately I think about spending it, but it happens a lot. So my dad really talks to me about it. Yeah, talks to me about the importance of saving money. I really value money. Yeah. Great. So Now, when I get money, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't spending it.
It's about saving.
Yeah, it's about saving for the future.
Faith.
Faith. Yeah, faith. My faith in God also something that helped me
Is it
with my mental
important?
health. Yeah, it's quite important. It's quite important. You know, when I pray, when I sit down and pray, I feel at peace. You know, I forget about everything. I forget about all the problems I'm having. I forget about the assignments that I haven't done. Yeah, I forget that my parents are not happy with me. I forget about everything. I'm just at peace, and it feels good. So good feeling to have. Yeah. And then with girls, yeah, I feel like it's good to talk to girls. Yeah, because I read a book. It's called The Rules of Thinking, and it talked about echo chambers. That you shouldn't you shouldn't have this like particular, what is it?
Gender.
Not necessarily gender, but like if this person isn't like me, I'm not gonna be friends with them.
Okay.
Yeah, you should sort of go out and
Be open.
be open. Talk to everybody, see everybody's perspectives, because it makes you a more understandable person.
What did you say the title of the book is again?
The Rules of Thinking.
The Rules of Thinking.
Yeah, I can't remember the author, but that's the title of the book. Yeah, so I feel like it's good to talk to girls, have conversations with them, see their perspectives as well, because after when you go out into the real world, it's not just about you, it's about everybody's feelings. So yeah, that's what I think.
Interesting. Kavna.
Yes. On money,
Yeah.
I also find it extremely valuable. Money is something I really enjoy having. I think the only thing I like more than money is books. And
Okay.
of course, money gets me more books, so why not? But right now, I'm now trying to save money so I can use it further in my future. Saving money at an early age has been said to be really helpful. My mother and father always advised me about this, so I'm trying to start a savings account, keep a little for the future. So that's what my stance on money is. On faith, I personally am a Christian, and putting my faith in God has really helped me a lot throughout these years. Certain issues that came around, looking in the Bible helps you find insight into them, and it really helps me a lot. Then Proverbs, Psalms, Songs of Solomon, any place you go in the Bible, you always guaranteed to find something that would help you in your life. So faith is a very paramount role in my life. Girls, mostly a lot of people in my house are female actually. Father's side, mother's side, filled with females. So I've not been too uncomfortable with them. I'm okay with them. I can have conversations, talk with them, so I don't really have any problems with them. But I feel like boys in general need to be able to talk with girls without putting their hormones and other mind factors first.
Okay.
See them as friends and nothing more. People who go into relationships, it's fine. As long as you're careful, you know what you're doing. But at an early age, personally believe it's not too advisable, because we are now learning, we are going through certain phases. We'll have much of our lives ahead of us, so it's not something I extremely advise. But if you feel that you are ready and you are able to do so, I have no problem with it.
All right, respect your thoughts. And Fred.
Okay. They've all been so subtle with talking about money, so I think I'm going to be quite enthusiastic with it. I like money. I don't save. I will spend money like
on what really?
On just buying things that randomly come into my head. Just doing. I feel like, to me, money is the answer to everything. Cause they were like, oh, I save money and all that. I really feel like I do not save money. Like, my mom tries to encourage me to save money, so I do have like a bit in savings, but if not for her, I would have been blown out. And I don't know if it's because we're here, they are all acting so differently towards money, but I really care about money, and yeah.
You care. It looks like you care about money, but the care is about spending it.
Oh, I feel like.
But do you save though? Do you try to save at all?
Yeah, I try to save, but when I say money, not necessarily always spending it, but you could also say, giving it out to people who
need it,
who actually need the money, and Sometimes just seeing the money there is just aesthetically pleasing. Like, just to see the amount of money you have. And yeah, with faith, I think I'm quite an intellectual person, so faith would probably be something where I'm really strong about. But I would not lie, there's some days I can go without reading a Bible. I'm Christian. Shout out to Christians out there. Yeah, I'm Christian, and some days I forget to pray, but I look at it as it wasn't like I intentionally decided not to pray. Like, I genuinely forgot about it. And yeah, that's with faith. I really try my best to this, and I would not lie, most of the time I go out to God it's because I need something, and I do know that it's wrong, but I'm working towards stopping that. So yeah, that's there. And with girls, I've been around girls my whole life. My mom, my sister, and like ever since I was born, yeah, as I said, I've been around girls, and I know how they think. Yeah, I know how they think.
Hey.
That's impossible.
Oh, I actually know. I actually
Fred
know.
says he knows.
No,
So
because
we'll give you
when you're around, not it's not like you're just around one girl. Do you understand? You're around multiple girls and women who have different ways of thinking, and you kind of combine all of that and like gain a whole different perspective of women and how you look at them. So yeah, I think I'm able to also relate with girls just as much as I'm able to relate with boys. So yeah, that's with girls too.
Okay. Interesting. Our time is up. I honestly wish that we could go on and on and on, but our time is up. I just got a message from your teacher, Mr. Apple. He says, I am proud of my boys. Thanks, Edem. But I am extremely I don't know what adjectives to use, but yeah, I am blown away by the conversations we have had this morning, your thoughts, your perspectives, the insights you have shared. I am going to be listening to this conversation over and over and over again because very deep thoughts and perspectives, if you ask me. Let me quickly send this message out. There are not enough moments within 1 second to express how much I am in love with you. You are my strength and I never want to lose you. Happy 28th anniversary, Mrs. Joycelyn Prempe, from your husband, Mr. Prempe. All right. I didn't get to ask you about that, if you believe in love. Do you believe in love? Just one word. Kekeli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How about you?
Yes, I do.
You, Fred.
Unequivocally.
Okay. And Anmol.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do. Okay, great. But this is how we will painfully end our conversation. I didn't even have time to take your calls, but hey, we will plan another conversation with this same squad because I still have a lot of questions to ask them. So we will plan it. Maybe you're writing exams, right? So when you're done writing the exams, we will have you back so that we can have deeper conversations and pick phone calls and then engage the public on our thoughts as well. But I want to say thank you very much, for coming, regardless of the fact that you're writing exams. Kekeli, thank you. Kwabna, thank you. Fred, thank you. And then Anmo, thank you. And Pakojo, Mr. Afo, God bless you so much. You had to pull this off in a very, short space of time, but we made it happen. Thank you very much. And to all of you who did the listening, we say thank you for doing the listening. Next week, we will come your way with another Home Affairs. And to my crew, Mauli, Setsewo, Dennis, you guys have been phenomenal. God bless all of us and see you again next week. Bye-bye.